Here we are getting ready to round out the second to last week of 2020, August, on the 20th for RPG a Day. So, how long do our games last? The actual game, the actual playing of the game is anywhere between 3 to 4 hours. Because of our schedules, we typically get together starting about 4 o'clock, and we kibitz, because usually it's a bi-weekly kind of game. Sometimes we do need to go a little bit further than that. We might only meet, we try to meet at least twice a month. On average, we're pretty solid at that. There may be the occasional month where we'll have a makeup weekend and get 3 in. And there's the occasional month where we'll go just one game in that month, and it's can feel a little dry, a little gaming desert, if you will. There's the ordering of pizza ritual, the kibitzing and talking about games, talking about general life and what's going on. Usually we don't start hardcore playing until after we're done eating. We do have a somewhat more of a beer and pretzels approach. We're not really that serious about immersion, as it's labeled so often. And that core part of playing is about 3 to 4 hours, intermittently, spaced intermittently. Because usually we're done by 9, maybe as late as 10. On a rare occasion, we may be done as late as near 11. But for some of us, that's kind of pushing it. I mean, I'm not saying that because of our age group that we're in. It's just we all have disparate schedules, and some of us are overnight, some of us are early morning, some of us are, late morning, your typical 9 to 5-er. Some of us are weekend, some of us are week only. But we find that 3 to 4 hours is more than enough. I really do honestly think that unless we started gaming very early in the day, that we would be hard pressed to, really push back into those high school days of, gaming for like 48 hours near continuously, with fits of sleep and break and rest and eat, all between all that stuff. Those days are probably long behind me. And personally, I find 3 to 4 hours to be enough. I mean, most of the board games that we might sit down and play here at my house also take anywhere between maybe an hour and a half to 3 hours, depending on the game. We did have a game of Fallout last nearly 3.5 hours one time. We did have a game of Zombicide last nearly 4 hours one time. It was a brutal game, and it's a good break to have away from role-playing games to play something like that. It's just something fun, something mindless that you can get into that usually lasts about the same time. It occupies about the same space. It occupies about the same table space. It's less on the interactive level, but it's kind of our sweet spot. I don't think we've really ever had any games shorter than that. Yeah, nothing really shorter than 3 hours. But it seems to be the Goldilocks zone. 3 to 4 hours of gameplay.